a call with Ghost yesterday. So in like a day roughly, he has the first marathon, right? I don't know, yeah. And but otherwise, I'm now preparing to try again in Einsiedeln. So because my parents will be roughly a month away, and I learned about that like just the other day. So I will try to talk in person to like some of the people, especially the monks. They are not technically like able to like do a Zoom call for the most part. Yeah. And so I listened to the channel you shared, right? And I have like so in many regards I was surprised. I think it's like it's not it's not that bad. I kind of expected it to be more like I don't know, more
best, right?
like it's more so like they were discussing the Iranian like political and so the separation of power, so just how that state works, right? And so they discussed the Article 11 and 12 in their constitution, which is about that like all versions of Islam should have a place, right? And that but but the reality is not working properly. So yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, but so sometimes I feel the same. I just heard that they are good people. They said knowing they try to they're quite brilliant and discuss according Islam. Most of the times, I like to hear that, and some also others.
Yeah, but for me it's like I have a similar issue with like so the like last generation of priests that started, in my opinion, something meaningful. They are all like from the 60s. So like Pater Marcus studied math and was then a teacher, right? And at the gymnasium, and like like there are others of that generation. So they studied like biology, chemistry, stuff like that, physics. But most of them died now. And like then the ones of my generation, I know all of them. It's just like it's less than a dozen that are like around 40, and they like they so especially Mauritius, I think, was like one of the best when it comes to the grades as well during the gymnasium. But in my opinion, he started something like he made it even worse with that, right? So like he kind of has the same issue, I guess, that he is not really familiar, like not this open, especially when it comes to like women and so on, right? And so he went to the Vatican, also like Schweizer Garden, so the ones that protect the Pope, right? So he did that instead of military service, and he's just used to follow this system and doesn't want to question that and like think on his own. But like they also like they have like, I don't even know, 4 or 5 times a day, not just the prayer. So like they start early with like Gottesdienst, and the issue is just that already in our time, when I did like altar group service, like there were often less participants than like from the community, so like in black clothes, right? And like with every concert or you would start yourself questions if you have like less audience than participants, right? And he just like, he's just not questioning that. So like he is continuing, and like I don't see the point for that. And it's not that you really have time to pray on your own. Like sometimes it's even in Latin, or it's always the same, like like and there is even so Eucharistiefeier, also so like that you distribute wine and bread, and like I don't get this, but for him this is really important. And like there was this other title, so that like about that you kind of get bored of praying and praising Allah, and like that since the prophet is dead, that this has gotten kind of more difficult, but that it's even more important to keep
Can you
going.
give
And
me a moment? A
so,
moment, please.
yeah, sorry. So that's just so like that's just I don't see it like that. For me, I'm so like I was kind of annoyed and like bored. No, it's not the right term. So not like I was this depressed. I didn't wanted to keep going with life, and that's the moment where like God bet on me the most, where I didn't trust in myself no longer. So that's just but I never like or kind of, God never like the opposite, like ever never lost like patience with me. But I lost and that didn't change. I lost patience with like this kind of well, I don't get why they continue to do this in Einsiedel. I don't see an argument why this is not a complete waste of time, and like why I mean, Allah cannot really run away, but like why you shouldn't get bored with this kind of like. So this is exactly what is lacking for me, so that you try to compose a new story, a new song for God, right? So that's what Bach has actually 2 times in the title for like a cantata. Cantata was basically um, a, a preaching, right? So like so yeah, and there I don't see, so like over that there is discussion about if you should just like so take the part of the prophet with like mecha as like eternal, and then the rest. But for me, this is all like, but this is exactly those kind of discussions don't help me to answer the problems we have at the moment. Like, so I mean, this problem with crypto, not just betting. There's like there was quite a big operation recently in Cambodia, so that they went for those kind of calling scam centers, and there it's a whole like structure of like this kind of debts and even torture, so that they continue to like scam people. They have no way out, right? And so it doesn't help if you tell them what you're doing is not halal. We are aware, but what can you do? Like, you don't want to get tortured.
I got I got your point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that just doesn't help me when they like repeat that the prophet had even like, compared to what the prophet had for like intrigues and what he had to maneuver politically, and like that doesn't help me at all. It really doesn't help me at all. And that's the same issue I
Yeah.
have with this Bible project. So like, they start off well, but this much I got from the Bible directly. So this also like, that's the beginning, Genesis, the initial like so commandments with this tree of life, and the tree of like good and bad, which is connected to wisdom, and how tricky it is to distinguish that. And then the claim of the Bible project as well is kind of that because it's not often direct what God tells you, that the Bible can guide you in this like finding of wisdom. And then they don't really have examples. So for the most part, I read the Bible, and it's like, for me, it is not so those Gleichnisse, they are not tricky. So I get them. So I find that annoying as well, that they take this much time to like pretend that this is something you have to figure out. Like, I don't need more than a couple seconds to understand that. So I don't get that part either, right? So yeah. And for me, well, it would get interesting, like even in like the last so what additions Bach and then the like recent philosophy made, and does that help to answer those questions? And then like, for my fight, when it is about so the problem is that has for me more of a resemblance with like what Jesus had, I guess, faced in those like temples with the Pharisees. So like, with how this psychiatrist behaved, so that he just thinks he is like like a god, like of the Greeks. So like, he's just unantastbar, right? So like a cardinal. So that kind of fight, that is sadly a similar dynamics. And then everyone around them blindly supports them, and when it's too late, they pretend they never knew them. So that doesn't help either to like learn from like a story. But it is not that much. So directly from the Bible, I do not have much access to. So I needed Bach to explain me that. So it's not. I sometimes was surprised how directly this is from the text, from the Bible, but the text is not, like, for me, the text is not even like a seventh of the substance. It's the emotion, and I don't think this is possible without the music, right? So yeah.
Mhm.
And it's just not there.
And
It's a new language, and it's just not there in the Bible. It's not like it's just not there. So it's, yeah. And then it doesn't help if you
to the
study that forever. You will not get to you will not even get properly to those questions that matter nowadays, and you will never so answer. So that's my opinion. And yeah, but like,
um, uh, um, the main question today I need to know. I need to know more from you that how you a batch music helps you to understand a deeper meaning of life, and its connected things. I want to hear more about this because I don't have any idea um, about the batch music, how it helps. I know the music, but I don't understand the deeper meaning of it. I want to know from you how it
yeah,
helps you.
I don't know. Like, I take issue with, like, this is one of the probably most famous books ever. Like, Tolstoy, the Kreutzer Sonata. So this is Beethoven, the Kreutzer Sonate. So that is like, he regrets that. Also, do you know Tolstoy?
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah. So like, this is the probably most successful Russian author, but like, he enabled some of the thinkers I think are really important, but like, he basically just is the inventor of Boulevard. Like, he just writes about yeah. So I'm not that. Also, like, the books are. I understand why they sold that many copies, and that is a skill as well. But like, it's not that much depth. But in this, he discusses that, like, but they didn't invest so in their elderly years. They cannot play like together. So piano, violin, that would be so with uh, what is the name? Ekaterina Tolstoy, the wife, right, of Tolstoy. Then, so yeah, and like, he makes a lot of uh, well Vorwürfe. So I think it's not fair, because but like, he kind of yeah. So that's the issue, that so Tolstoy is not a musician, and so you cannot really write a book.
Can I call you again?
Yeah.
Net problem here.
Okay. So should we, like,
Auch, aha.